Well, to start off with, whenever I mention bullying, people are like, why did you get bullied? I don't understand why you've gotten bullied. But you can't really explain bullying that way because it happens to everyone. I swear, if someone says they haven't gotten bullied, they're most likely hiding it. But getting bullied feels like you're isolated and you're alone, and that nobody likes you, that nobody believes in you, and that you really, when you're bullied, you need to find someone who can tell you that you are loved and you are needed. To me, that was my mom. For some of you kids out there, that might be your teacher, that may be your counselor, that may be your neighbor, but you need to find someone who's like that, because I understand. It's really lonely. Some days I would come home and I would just burst out crying. Some days I would fake being sick because I didn't want to go to school the next day because I was scared of what I was going to be told. I've been whispered nasty things in my ear that I could never prove because no one ever heard it. It's really hard being bullied, especially when no one sees it. When it's, what would the word be? Covert. But even to this day, I don't get bullied nearly as much. But when I get left out of something, and I know it's intentional because I'm more mature now, so I can understand that, it really affects me. I don't know if you could call it PTSD, but when something negative happens, even if it's just a mean word, sometimes I react like I'm getting bullied. When I'm not really getting bullied, it's just someone being a mean, nasty person. But to me, it's like I'm reliving all those emotions all over again every single time. So if you think someone's getting bullied and it's not a big deal, do not ever say that, because that will just make it worse for the person who you're saying that to.
And I just have to say, I really appreciate you sharing that. I know it's not easy, but I think especially for those people that haven't personally experienced, really hearing your authentic story and the impact that you had is so powerful, in realizing why communities need to get involved.
Well, and a big problem is that everyone just brushes it aside like, oh, you've gotten bullied, that's okay, man up. Or it's not like it's just like a female thing. It's every gender, every race, everything. There is no, like, for bullying, they'll go after anybody and anybody they want to. So don't think just because based on someone's appearance that they're not getting bullied. Please just do not.
As a parent whose daughters experienced bullying, what advice would you have for other parents or either other kids that are going through bullying?
Well, that's really a good question. I always tell them, no matter what you hear from your child, just tell them you believe them 100%. And I think that's the thing that is the most difficult, because when they finally have the guts or the nerve to be able to tell somebody else that it's happening, they're not making it up. They may have a little bit of a different perception from what actually happened, but that is their perception, and that's what's causing them the pain. And the most important thing is to just 100% believe what they're saying, because that way they have one other person in their corner that they know that they can rely on. And then beyond that, it's really just kind of, are you crying? It's really kind of just talking through each situation that happens, because sometimes it was important to reach out to the school, but for her, a lot of times the school really couldn't help because we couldn't prove what was happening, because it wasn't on social media. We couldn't take a snapshot of something mean somebody said. And so we just learned that we kind of had to take care of it ourselves, and we made a lot of life choices and changes, and found different ways for her to make friends, got her involved in activities outside of school, just whatever we could do that worked for her. I mean, that's really important, because it needs to be what they feel they need to help them in the situation, not what the parent thinks, because the parent wants to fix it. The parent wants to go to school and just start slamming lockers and making noise and getting everyone to listen, but that isn't always the best thing either. So it really is what your child needs to help them get through the situation, because it's hard to control how other people treat them, but you can control how they deal with it, I guess.
So through Raise Your Crown, you connect with so many individuals and communities across the world. What message would you give to anyone watching this video?
I'm telling you this from a perspective of someone who got bullied their whole entire life. I'm now 17, but do not lose yourself. Do not try to conform to make everyone else happy. Be true to you, because what I've learned is when I'm true to myself, that's when I have the most fun. And when you don't care about what other people think about you, it's so much fun to live your life. Trust me.
A lot of the things that would maybe single her out or that made her unique were some of the things that she was bullied about, but yet those were the things that were the coolest about her, and those were the things that would help her throughout her lifetime, being a natural leader or being someone who will, standing up to bullies sometimes makes the person kind of still keep coming after you, and she stands up for other people. So when someone in her choir class was being bullied and the girls were saying really mean words about her, she actually went up to that girl and gave her a big hug in class, and the girl just kind of like released and cried, and you could tell she was going through a really hard time. But when she got home, she said, great, now that means they're probably going to start picking on me. But the good thing about it is that she was a stronger person, and she was kind of able to take that on, even though it was really painful. But because she stayed true to who she was and she didn't just conform to what all the other girls wanted her to be, she's still able to be that amazing person she is today, and she's very unique. And a lot of people just really adore who she is as a person, and I'm so glad she was able to keep that. So. Oh.
Double love. And I think kind of what we had talked about is there's not really a one-size-fits-all solution to bullying, but what's so great about your message is this is something that really anyone can take at all for their situation of knowing, be confident in who you are and find someone that can support you.